Hi, today I'll be talking about 3 different types of derivative rules. The first rule I'll be talking about is product rule, the second will be quotient, and the third is chain rule. So product rule involves taking the derivative of a function times another function. Quotient rule involves taking the derivative of a function divided by another function, and chain rule involves taking the derivative of a function inside of another function. So product rule, like I said earlier, involves taking the derivative of a function times another function. And after you've taken the derivative, the general format should be the derivative of the first function times the second function plus the derivative of the second function times the first function. So let's do an example just to make sure you're clear. So for our first function, in this case, we have x squared plus 4 times x cubed plus 2. So like I said earlier, we have to take the derivative of the first function and multiply it by the second. So in this case, we have 2x times x cubed plus 2, and then we take the derivative of the second function, multiply that by the first function. So we have 3x squared times x squared plus 4. After we simplify that, we should get 2x to the 4 plus 4x plus 3x to the 4 plus 12x to the squared. And I decided not to simplify that because I was a bit lazy, but you should probably simplify that. Next, we'll be doing quotient rule. So, like I said earlier, quotient rule involves taking the derivative of one function divided by another function. So the general format after you've taken the derivative should be the bottom function times the derivative of the top function minus the derivative of the bottom function times the top function, all divided by the bottom function squared. So let's do an example. So we have 3x divided by x squared. So like I said earlier, we take the bottom function, multiply it by the derivative of the top function, so x squared times 3 minus the derivative of the bottom function times the top function, which is 2x times 3x, all divided by the bottom function squared, which we should get x to the 4. After we simplify that, we should get negative 3x squared divided by x to the 4th. And simplify it again, we should get negative 3 divided by x squared. Alright, lastly, we'll be talking about the chain rule, which involves taking the derivative of a function inside of another function. So, after we've taken the derivative, the general format for this equation should be the derivative of the outside function with the inside function still inside of it times the inside function's derivative. So let's say that g of x equals 3x and f of x equals 5x squared. So first thing, we have to take the derivative of the inside function, which is g of x in this case, which equals 3x. So the derivative of 3x should be 3. And then we take the derivative of the outside function, which is f of x. In this case, it'd be 10x. After that, we just plug in. So the outside function's derivative is 10x. Plug in x as 3 of x, which is g of x, times the derivative of g of x, which is 3. As a result, we get 90x. And that is product rule, quotient rule, and chain rule. Super easy. Thanks for watching.